Hello, everyone. I see already people are here already. That's cool. I didn't expect. Hi, Lisa and Joyce, and hi, Michelle and Scott and Pat. And let me show you my face at the moment. Wait, where was I? Hi, Pat and Brenda and Christine and Gwen and Anne Barry and Victor from Altadena. I don't have a clue where that is, by the way. Altadena. Let me know where that is. So then I'm also learning something. Hi, Lida. Hi, RC. Hi, Dorothy. And hi, Donna and Shelly and Mark and Valerie. And another Valerie, I think I see it 2 times. Hi, another Mark. Hi, Roxy. Hi, Mary Lee. Nancy W. Hi, Pam or Pamela. Hi, Lynette. Hi, Jim. Hi, Sue. Hi, Melanie. And oh, thank you, thank you, Anne or Victor. I don't know who is talking now, of course. So Altadena is in southern CA. I think that's California. Sorry, I'm in the Netherlands at the other side of the world. So, but I assume CA is California. And hi, Byron. Also welcome. I'm I was expecting that everyone from today, and by the way, this tour will start in 10 minutes from now. I was just checking if everyone is there already, and to see if everything is working fine, if I have signal and everything. But I was expecting that everyone had the name with V at the end from Valkenburg, but that's not, or Van Valkenburg even. But that's not the case. But of course, it doesn't matter what your surname is. You're all very welcome. Hi, Anne, also welcome, and hi, Melanie from Florida. Okay, I assume that in Florida it is a little warmer than over here because here it's not the warmest day. It is winter in the Netherlands, and winter is not extremely cold, but it is about 0 degrees Celsius at this moment. So that is, I think, in Fahrenheit 32, 32, 33, something like that. So, oh, Melanie, for you 77. Okay, I'm a little jealous. May I be a little jealous? Hi, Colorado, Van Valkenburg. Welcome. Welcome also in Valkenburg. That's where I am. And we will start in 9 minutes from now. So, but it's good to see. It's good to see already that several people are here. And look, we're not the only ones. Hi. So, and and Jim is saying that in Toronto, Canada, it is also 32 degrees, or also 77. I think it's also 32. Thinking about Toronto. So, and hi, Mark from Detroit. So I see people from the US and from Canada. That's good to see. Hi, Lisa, and also hi, Gil. So, uh, and hi, Donna. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to take you around through this little village over here. And Sue from Wisconsin is saying that it's 35 degrees and snowing. Oh, if it's 35 degrees, that means that the snow will melt a little, if I'm right, or it's just above what we call. I mean, in the Netherlands or in Europe, of course, we're using Celsius. So, but it's above Celsius a little. And over here it's now between 0 and 1 degree Celsius. So that means between 32 and 33 Fahrenheit. So it's not warm, but it's good. So that's why I'm prepared with my hat. I was thinking maybe even to place a Christmas hat because it is also a Christmas city at this moment. So and Sue is saying the snow is sticking on the grass. Okay, so then it's that's also what you have a lot of times here in the Netherlands. Then here on this height, it is maybe a little above, and then on the ground it is freezing. So that can be slippery on the road and everything. So and hi, Lisa is also joining. I see about 20 people right now. We still have 7 minutes. Let me also show you. I'm at the end of a street. And hi. Yes, exactly. Hello, all Van Valkenburghs. If I'm trying to do that in my most English accent. The Van Valkenburghs. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Terry. Also welcome. But this is the end of the street where I am right now. So we will go. We will go to the end, and you can see that everything over here is in the Christmas vibe. Even these little hamsters here on the side. This is, by the way, one of the biggest supermarkets in the Netherlands. They always have these little hamsters, and even the hamster is now saying Merry Christmas. So, and everything is already in that feeling right now because there is a Christmas market. But I will tell you and show you a little more. And Lisa, of course, I will tell and show that, but let's do that in 6 minutes from now. Then I will tell you a little more about the name and how to use it, and of course about the history. Thank you, Michelle. Uh, and I will also do a little. Um, I will tell you a little about. Let me show you my face again. I will tell you a little about this app that you're using because I know for some of you this is new. So I'm also going to tell you how this works and how you can use it and how you can ask me all the questions that you want. Oh, this is better, isn't it? With the street at the back. There are some cars here, not a lot, because a lot of the Dutch towns are, or the inner cities of the Dutch towns are car free. Also the one over here. And hi, Emily. Also welcome. I see Emily with the V, so I assume that it's Van Valkenburg or Valkenburg or one of the variations of it. And the same is for Tanya. Also welcome. Welcome in Valkenburg. That's how we pronounce it, by the way. Valkenburg. That is the proper Dutch pronunciation. Although the people over here are pronouncing it a little different. And they're saying over here Valkenburg, Berg, with the. So, but I am a little more from the northern part of the Netherlands, or the western part, I have to say, but north from here, and in the western part, in normal Dutch, let's call it like that, we're saying Valkenburg, Berg, with a very hard G. So. And hi, Shelly from Southeast Wisconsin. Also, welcome. And Tanya, okay, I was right. You are Van Valkenburg. So, and hi, Tanya is from Yukon territory in Canada. So that's also cool to know. And Brenda from South Georgia watching. So it is a little longer. Watching with Emily and Elia, the 12th great children of Lambert. Wow. Van Valkenburg, of course. We are watching from Tennessee, where it's 57 Fahrenheit. Okay, so it's also warmer than over here. And central Illinois, so I already see people from all over the Northern Americas. That's cool to see. And hi, Heatherly, and hi, Janice. Also, welcome. Hi, Byron from Bozeman in Montana. Okay. Never heard about that place. Of course, Montana I know, but not Bozeman. That's a new place. Hi, Char. Also welcome. In 3 minutes and 40 seconds from now, we will start. And let me walk a little more. And hi, Lisa and Scott from Aurelia. I don't know how to pronounce that, Lisa. Um, and there's also another Lisa. Welcome all Lisas on this tour. And it's I'm really lucky, or we are lucky, that it's not raining today, because the last days it was really like the typical Dutch weather of this time of the year, and it means rain, and even more rain. So, and hi, Heatherly from Alpharetta in Georgia. So that's cool. And I see there are more people from Illinois. So, and hi, Andrew. I think I said it already with the Q at the end. Is that your nickname, or is it you have another surname? And hi, Allison. Also, welcome. So let me walk a little more. And Lisa is saying Lambert from 1614. Thank you. I had that in my mind when he was born. Um, so, but the 10th generation. Wow, cool. Or what is it? The 10th great grandfather. So that's the 12th generation after that. I don't know completely how that works. So, and hi, Char from Covington. And GA, that is Georgia or not? So help me a little with that, because 50 different states with 50 different. Uh, okay, I'm right. Okay, and Andrew Quackenbush. That's an interesting surname. I love that one. So, and hi, Lisa Saint Christine from Oak Lawn, from Illinois. So, and Allison from West Tennessee. So that's also good to know. We really have from all over the place. So let me show you my face again. We're gonna start in 1 minute and 30 seconds. And look at this. I found a beautiful chair over here. The chair is even saying, you see it now the other way around, but it's saying Merry Christmas. So, and Michelle, if you're the only one from Arkansas, I'm the only one now in the Netherlands. So that's also, oh, it's a cold chair, little. So, hi, Janice or Jan from Santa Cruz Mountains in California. So, Jan or Janice, I don't know how you pronounce that. Hi, Lucy, also welcome. And hi, Valerie from Massachusetts. That's for Dutch people, by the way. For non-native English speakers, always a little hard to pronounce. Hi, Amy, also very welcome. This is Stefan sitting in his Christmas tree, by the way. And Lucy is from San Diego in California. I assume San Diego, that also the temperature is a little higher than over here. San Diego is on my list to go. I love surfing, so that's why. Hi, Jean from Lake Tomahawk. Oh, that's cool. And someone from Grand Island in New York State. That's also cool. I can also tell you a little more about New York later on, but that's for later in the tour. So, okay, it is now time. It is now time. So, I officially want to welcome all the descendants of Lambert van Valkenburg, or in Dutch we say van Valkenburg, here in Valkenburg. That's where I am right now. My name is Stefan. I'm I'm a so-called virtual guide, and that means that I'm guiding people all over the Netherlands and also in Belgium. So that means I'm myself originally, that's interesting by the way, I'm originally from a city where I think that you know it, because I was born in the city of Delft about 44 years ago already. And the city of Delft, and Delft is quite famous because of the Vermeer of the Delft's blue. We'll maybe see that later on. And I was grown up because I only lived there for 4 years, and I was grown up in the city of Gouda, or how they call it in other countries, Gouda. And you most probably know it not from the city name, but from the cheese. So the yellow round cheeses, that is the city where I'm from in the Netherlands. So I'm born and raised in the Netherlands, um, uh, and I'm living at this moment not in Valkenburg. No, I'm not living in Valkenburg. I'm living in the city of Amsterdam. So I think the most famous the famous city that you have. So also the capital of the Netherlands. And I'm now here it is about 2.5 hours south by car in the most southern part of the Netherlands, very nearby the Belgian border and also nearby the German border, by the way, in the city of Valkenburg. And I'm really excited to show all of you around. When I heard from Lisa was contacting me, like, do you want to do a tour in the city of Valkenburg? And I said, like, okay, yeah, I've been there most of the time. By the way, I was here in summertime with my racing bike, because this is, I think, the racing bike capital of the Netherlands. And she said, like, okay, I have a whole group of people with the surname Valkenburg or Van Valkenburg, and they all want to know a little more about the area where their family was originally from. So that's why I'm really excited now to show you around. Scott is asking, is your local time about 8 p.m.? It is 7 p.m. It's a little over 7 p.m. It is dark. That's because it is winter time. In winter time, we have very short days. And in summertime, we have very long days. But it's now, yeah, it's cold, it's dark. But the interesting thing, and then I'm gonna change the screen because I want to show you a lot of the city. Um, but the interesting thing is that in the month of December, or basically already starting at the end of November until the end of December, the city of Valkenburg, is the Christmas town of the Netherlands. So, or how we call it, Kerststad. Kerststad means Christmas town. So that means there are lights everywhere. There are a lot of Christmas markets. So the Christmas markets that are famous in Belgium and also in Germany, but also over here in the southern part of the Netherlands. The only sad thing is, there's one little thing, is that most of these markets are in the caves under the hills or under the mountains. So we cannot go in there because there's no signal. But we will see some of the markets outside, and I will also take you around the city of Valkenburg, the tiny city of Valkenburg, I have to say, because they're only living about 10,000 people in total. Then one little thing is, some of you, most probably you're seeing already that at the right side of your screen, there is the chat. Every question that you have, for that you can use the chat. So I'm not going to say that I know every answer, but I know a lot. I know a lot about the city. I know a lot about the Netherlands, about Belgium, about history, all of that kind of thing. So I can help you with that, and hopefully I can also give you the answers on some of the things. And of course, I did some preparation to also know a little about the Van Valkenburg family. By the way, my surname is not Van Valkenburg, but there's something similar in my name, because my surname is Van der Meer. That literally means from the lake. And interesting enough, that part of my family is coming from a local town in the western part of the Netherlands that's called Valkenburg, because there are more Valkenburgs. And part of my family is from over there, but my surname is from the lake, and that's also one of the things that's important to know. I know that there are more Dutch surnames in the U.S. and in Canada used, and most of the time, you guys are placing it all behind each other. So it's Van Valkenburg in like one sentence. But originally, the Dutch way of writing and also of pronunciation is to do it separate, because it is from Valkenburg, from from the place that is over here. So, but that's a little thing. Now I'm gonna change the screen, and we are going around. And okay, then the last thing is also in the middle of the screen, somewhere over here, you have a big button, and that is the postcard button. And with that, you can take postcards of what we are seeing in the tour. And Gwen, don't worry, I will also answer that question. So, but you can take a postcard over there. And I also talked to Lisa before, and promised her to also share the video of this tour. Of course, it's not live and interactive anymore, but I will share that on a later moment. Okay, I'm gonna change the screen, and you're gonna see over here, while we're walking towards one of the entrances, uh, one of the entrances of the old city of Valkenburg. And I see that Gwen had a question about Valkenburg, and also Jim has another one. Both good questions, I think. Um, how did I know where to go to? Yeah, because there was some research already that your family members did, and they found out that the Van Valkenburg, where you are the descendants from, is originally from this part of the Netherlands. But in the western part of the Netherlands, northwest from here, about 2 hours northwest from here, there is another Valkenburg. So it is a name that was used more often. And what does it mean? Literally, there are two parts. The first part is Valk. And the Dutch word Valk, while we're looking, by the way, at this beautiful carousel, part of the Christmas market. Of course, most of the kids are home already. I know, but the word Valk, that means falcon. So falcon is the first part, falcon. And the second part is burg. And burg is used in it's used for different things, but what it is meaning over here in this city is the castle. So It is the castle of the Falcons. And for this, we have to go back to more than 1,000 years ago, because more than 1,000 years ago, the dukes over here in this town, in this town, and they were of course the richer knights and everything. What were they doing? And thank you, Janice, Shelley, and Amy for a tip already. I'm just started. Um, no, what they did is they were hunting with falcons. They were hunting with falcons, and most probably, we don't know that exactly, but most probably the family of the name is coming from there. There is a castle, we will see that later, and the dukes over here were hunting with the falcons. And in the meantime, if you are in this part of the world, in the Netherlands, in Belgium, in Germany, in wintertime, you have the so-called Christmas markets. And we're now here on part of it. It is cold, but people are outside. There's even some English music, especially for you. Uh, but people are outside over here. They are eating, they're drinking, and what they're also doing is, of course, drinking. You see, people know the song here too. I'm so good. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fine. No, what are people doing over here on the market is eating and drinking. And what are they drinking? Mainly is mulled wine. So, or how we call it over here, the glühwein. And glühwein is the original German word, because we're very nearby Germany here too, for glowing wine. So literally, the wine is glowing and giving you a warm feeling inside. So, and I'm now here, by the way. I was showing you this already before. Let's go a little in the area over here. We see this beautiful tower. And it's not only a tower, there's also a gate. It is the city gate, and this is the old city gate that was used as one of the 3 city gates that the old city of Valkenburg had. And the old city of Valkenburg, we don't know exactly how old it is. But what we know, and that in this area already since for thousands of years, there have been people living over here. And welcome Bernadette and Sue, by the way, a little later, but you're still very welcome. Now, people have been living over here for generations, for a very long time. But the first time that the name Valkenburg was there, and we can only search that back from written materials, and that was in the year 1041. So almost 1,000 years ago now. Not long from now, it will be 1,000 years. So in 1041, the first time the name Valkenburg was named in a first written document. So that is also now what they're saying, like that Valkenburg is 970 something years old. If you're looking back, or if you're counting back from the year 1041. And of course, and thank you, Gwen, we are here on the Christmas market, and there is so much to tell and so much to show. But I also want to show you something typical Dutch. Typical Dutch. And I told you already before that I am myself from the city of Gouda. And the city of Gouda is quite famous because of 2 things. One is the cheese, and the second thing is what we see over here. These big waffles. The ones at the left side. The ones at the right side is a little fancy version. But these things are called stroopwafels or syrup waffles. And this is also coming from the same city in the northern part of the land. So it's typical Dutch. And next to it, made from about the same dough, you see the waffles that are quite famous in Belgium. So if you're going a little south to the city of Liège or Luik, that's only about 20 kilometers away from here. There you can find these waffles. So And then there's all kind of other variations. And what you see over here, because this Valkenburg itself, and Heatherly, I also love soap operas. No, but what you see with Valkenburg is because it's so nearby Belgium, so nearby Germany, is that all these things are related to each other. So they're all connections. There are all so, and it's even more on Christmas markets like this. Uh, and then I want to show you the building over here. You can see already that it's a quite beautiful building. This is a building from the 17th century. This building is built only 20 years after Lambert made his voyage to the New World, to what we now call the US, of course. So this building over here is from 1661, and it is built as a shelter place, or a place for refugees that were fleeing for the war that we had with the Spaniards. Because in that time, also the time that Lambert was the first one who got in, the Lambert von Valkenburg, the first one who got into the Americas, into New York, into New Amsterdam by that time. We had, in his whole life, we had a very long war with the Spaniards, 80 years in total. And that doesn't mean that for 80 years long that was war. It was in several parts of the country, but also in the southern part of the Netherlands, where we are right now, there was war, and several times the city of Valkenburg was attacked by the Spaniards. So, and in 1661, so what is it, 19 years after Lambert was going to Amsterdam, they placed this place, or they built this beautiful little Baroque building over here as a place for refugees that were fleeing for the Spaniards. And then also, it is now already very calm because it's a little cold, but it's beautiful to have these Christmas markets everywhere. And just to give you a little feeling of how these little stalls are inside. And you have over here, and maybe someone can say to Mary Lee, if she lost sounds, to do a refresh. Refresh is always the trick to get things back. No, but over here, these little stalls are full of, now you see all kind of, I see Rudolphs, several Rudolphs. I see all kind of other moves. And also one of the other things, this is more German, you see these nutcrackers. So they're quite famous, originally from the eastern part of Germany. And the original nutcrackers, this one is just for decoration, but the original nutcrackers, what you were doing is you were placing a nut in the head of the nutcracker, and then you were turning the head of the nutcracker to crack the nut. So you see them a lot on the Christmas markets, because the original Christmas markets started about 1,000 years ago in Germany, or in the eastern part of Germany. Okay, let's go a little further. So there are a lot more markets, but I also want to show you the beautiful medieval town with these Christmas lights. Look at this. Look how beautiful it is. And welcome, Sondra. A little later, but you're of course still very welcome. So what we have over here, this little water, it's almost looking like a little canal, but this is the river. This is the river that we are calling the Geul. The Geul. And Geul is also a Dutch word for like a very narrow water. And it is a narrow water. But don't get me wrong, this little river can be completely different. So about a year ago, in 2021, 1.5 years ago now, there was so much rain falling in Germany and in Belgium that the water here in this river went up a lot. And I can show you that. I prepared a little. I have some pictures of where you see the same location, almost the same location, but you can recognize. I'm now going to post it in the chat. You see the same tower that we're now looking at, and then look at the water level. The water level that is now, yeah, what is it? About 10 feet under us was going up and was literally, the water was floating through the streets. And let me just walk a little more into this direction. I love it, by the way, here in the nighttime when you see all the lights. It is really a medieval feeling. Welcome, Michael. So I'm just going a little here on the street. So over here we have again the river, and then at the side over here you see there are um, the different levels of the water. So we have over here this the part that at the top that is the sign of Valkenburg nowadays, and the line just under the window, that was the level of the water, how high it came in the year 2021, start of 2021. So imagine it's about three to 4 feet inside the city, and of course it was not just water; it was a river. So everything, um, everything was almost gone over here. And in Belgium, very nearby, about 41. There were 41 casualties, and about 3, I think, in the Netherlands. I don't know exactly anymore. But in the meantime, we're going to enter the medieval part of the city, and we're going through this beautiful. I'm just gonna show you it's the other way around. So we see the coat of arms of Valkenburg. That is the lion with two tails. So, and that's interesting because I told you before that Valkenburg is means that it is the castle of the falcons. So you would expect that the coat of arms was also something with the falcons, and it was originally, it was with falcons. And I have also an original coat of arms of the city that was used. I'm now posted in the chat. This was the original one. So you see a little castle. That is, by the way, not here. That's a little outside of what we now call Valkenburg. And on top you see a falcon, and at the side there are even 2 more falcons. So that's how it used to be. But in the 14th century already, the dukes that were governing this city over here, they were saying, no, we want it a little different. Um, we uh, we believe that the lion is a more powerful animal. So we're removing the falcon, and what we're doing in return is we're removing the falcon and we're getting the lion. So since that time, there is the lion with 2 tails, and that is because there are 2 different areas over here using the lion. So that's why the lion has 2 different tails. And look, there's a beautiful Christmas tree here at the side. And at the back of this, there is a building, and that's a building of the 14th century. I just want to get you a little more nearby. And this building over here was part of the city walls. So let me go here to the side. It's beautiful with the Christmas tree all together. And Michael, also for you, refresh. Although you cannot hear me if you lost sound, it looks like my sound is perfect. Hopefully you're the only one. The only thing that I can check is in my screen, and there I'm seeing that I still have sound. It's good here. Okay. Yeah, refresh your browser. Thank you, Jean, for telling that. Sometimes happens. So, okay. Does one of you know? Yes, Jim, that's also possible. Does one of you know? Well, let me just go a little to the other side of the Geul. That's the name of the river again, the Geul. We are here in the valley of the Geul, a very small river most time of the year. Here it is again. Look at the beautiful reflection over here. It's really nice. But what I'm wondering, I mean, I have over here now, I have now in the tour a lot of people that are descendants from the Van Valkenburghs. So, or from Lambert, at least, or maybe even with other connections. And I'm wondering, does one of you know what the nickname is from people that are in the Netherlands living in Valkenburg? So I'm just having a question for all of you, because people in Valkenburg that are nowadays from here have a nickname. And that nickname, we're now gonna see that. I'm now coming nearby, but maybe some of you do know that already. Lisa knows, but I'm not. Look in the meantime how beautiful this is over here. The church here on the side from the 13th century. So this church was already here when the Van Valkenburgs were living in this area. I don't see an answer, so I assume that or nobody can hear me anymore or nobody knows, but it doesn't matter. So what we have over here, look, in Christmas style, I'm just going a little to the side. It's maybe a little hard to recognize what this is. We don't know. What do we have over here? What is this animal? The question was, Lisa, what is the nickname of people that are living in Valkenburg? It is a dragon. Yeah, it looks like a dragon, but I'm just gonna get you a little more nearby. What does this animal has on his head? It's not a dragon. It is something flying, but it is something else. It has horns. It has horns over here. And it is a cute animal. And Lisa, yeah, it is not a griffin, it's also not Pegasus, but Lisa is right. This is a buck. This is a buck, what we have over here. So the male goat. In the Netherlands, we don't, yeah, we say in the Netherlands, by the way, bok. But this is a buck. It is a flying buck. And that is the name that we're giving to people that are from this area. And for the buck, we have to go back. We have to go back to the 18th century, because in the 18th century, in this area, there was a famous legend. There was a famous legend that there were ghosts that were flying through the air, and these ghosts they were riding bucks in the sky, and what they were doing, they were robbing people. They were robbing people in this area, and it's a famous legend in the southern and eastern part of the Netherlands and also in Belgium. And we're calling them the Bokkenrijders. The Bokkenrijders, the Buck Riders. And what were these Buck Riders doing? Yeah, they were robbing people. And a little like Robin Hood, or like the legend of Robin Hood, they were giving the money to poor people in this area. So since the 18th century, because it was in this area, and these robbers were literally in this area. So since the 18th century, some people are calling the people from Valkenburg the Buck Riders or the Bucks. So this is nowadays the nickname. And what you see is that Valkenburg itself, it is a very Catholic town, traditionally Catholic, and most of the people are also celebrating Carnival in November and in February. And in February there are the big parades in Carnival time, and then in Carnival time they're even calling the city of the Bucks. So the nickname. And in the meantime, we are looking now at some pieces of the city walls that you can see over there. It's a little the same as Mardi Gras. Yes, Lisa, you're right. You're right. Um, you see over there is a sort of a big Christmas tree. That is the lookout tower that is built over here in the 19th century. No, sorry, the start of the 20th century. And in front of it, the blue and purple, that are the remains of the castle of Valkenburg. Valkenburg is basically the city that is built around the castle, and the castle was built on the top of the hill. And it is a ruin right now because it is destroyed in the year 1672. But this is how it looked originally. Looking over the lands around. And why did they build um, a castle over there? That is because the area over here was the city of Valkenburg was exactly in the middle of two famous towns in this area. Now, one of these towns is the city of Aachen in Germany nowadays. And the city of Aachen was the city of Charles the Great, quite a famous ruler from half of Europe in that time. And it is a beautiful city out of Roman times. So that's one city. And the other city is the city of Maastricht. Maastricht is in the Netherlands, also in this area, not so far away. And also, the city of Maastricht is very old, about 2,000 years old already. And between these two bigger cities, there was a road called the Via Belgica. So the Romans already started it. And Valkenburg was in the middle. So it was a perfect place to stop, to give some rest to your horses, to have a drink, to have some food. And that's how it all started over here. And of course, what these dukes over here were doing, they were also, okay, if you're coming over here, uh, traveling from one city to another, you can come inside our city, but you have to pay some toll. So that's the way how they were making money. And then over here, we have this, you saw it already, this beautiful church here on the side. And this church has the name Saint Nicholas and Barbara. Saint Nicholas and Barbara, that is the name of the church over here. And I said already before, the first parts were built already in the 13th century. And then what you have with these churches in Europe is that it took them, we hear the church bells now, by the way. Do you hear them? It is now 7:30. Oh, it's beautiful with the star at the side. But the St. Nicholas and Barbara Church, originally from the 13th century, and in later periods, they were building newer parts, and but it's named after Saint Nicholas. And Saint Nicholas is something else that if you are coming to the Netherlands, then you have to know this, because Saint Nicholas is something that we are celebrating over here. Something that we're celebrating in the months of December, in the months of, November, from half November until December 5th, to be precise. And the story of Saint Nicholas is that a man, a saint, is coming from Spain together with his helpers. And he's coming on a big boat, a big ship full of presents. Full of presents. And I can also show you an image of this man. Together with some helper here, I have an image where you see him on his boat. So you see the saint staying in the middle with it's like like a bishop with red and white. So, and let me show another picture a little more from nearby so you can see he has a big beard and everything. This is what we are celebrating in the Netherlands already and also in Belgium for a very long time. So when Lambert was living in this area, and maybe some of you know that he is called Van Valkenburg. So that means that he is from this city, but most probably he got this name when he was living somewhere else. And what we know is that he lived in a place in Belgium, only about 20 kilometers away, so still very nearby. But most probably he was celebrating Saint Nicholas, like almost everyone was doing in that time, and that what we're still doing. And then Lambert got to Amsterdam first, and then later on, now you all know that, from Amsterdam he was going all the way, and look how beautiful the colors are over here. No, he was going all the way to the New World, to New Amsterdam, and what we now know as New York, but originally called New Amsterdam. And over there, he started a new life. He started a new life, but he and also other Dutch and Belgian people that were making this big voyage to the other side of the world, to the new world, they were also bringing some of their traditions with them. And one of them was Saint Nicholas. So they were bringing Saint Nicholas and the celebrations with them. And of course, New York became a melting pot of culture. So there were also people coming from other countries, from from the UK later on. But this celebration stayed there. The only thing is that the celebration changed a little. Changed a little. Our Saint Nicholas became a little more overweight. He was still using his red and white clothes. He didn't come on a horse and a ship anymore, but changed to reindeers. But it is basically the same story. And where the Dutch kids are getting their presents in their shoes, in the Santa Claus version, because it is of course nowadays Santa Claus, it is in stockings next to. Oh, I have to go to the other side. Uh, Getting the presents in their stockings, but it's originally a celebration that's coming from the Netherlands, and even more because a lot of the first people that lived in New York or lived in New Amsterdam, they were from this area. And why were a lot of them from this area? For that, we have to go back to Amsterdam in the 17th century, because Amsterdam in the 17th century was uh, it was going very well. It was a trading city. It was a city where um, people from all over Europe were coming to trade. So there was a lot of work. And the southern part of the Netherlands, where we are now, and also Belgium, they were quite poor in comparison to Amsterdam. So a lot of people were traveling to Amsterdam. While we see, by the way, we're now walking in one of the main streets and seeing the whole time uh, the ruins of the castle at the site. And Jean, I will come back to that soon too. Um, no, but so a lot of people came to Amsterdam for work, for new opportunities, because in this part of the country it was going a little less good. So most probably, and of course we don't know that for everyone exactly, but most probably Lambert and Antje to be precise, were just some of the people that wanted a new life, that were coming to Amsterdam because of all the opportunities they had over there. And then later on, of course, moved to the other side. And Jean is asking, why is everyone eating outside? Yeah, there is a little tradition over here. It's a time of the Christmas markets. These terraces are outside, and you can eat over here. And it's quite cute over here, by the way. Look, I love the little lights and everything. And what you see is that the light under the the light where you can see this little red, and that's because of the heating. So they all have outdoor heating, and in most situations in combination, by the way. So to keep yourself warm, you also look at this. You can get yourself warm in combination with heating and blankets. So, but it's nice, and of course for the restaurants over here, it's also a way to make sure that their terrace or that the place that they have is a little bigger. And that's, by the way, what you see if you're coming to Europe. It's not only Dutch, but a lot of places in Europe, they have these outdoor seating. So we're not eating inside, we're eating outside, we're eating and drinking outside. And it is now getting a little calmer on the streets. Most people are not walking outside anymore, but that has another reason. Because in 20 minutes from now, there is a football match. There's a football match, and maybe some of you have seen that the Dutch national team did play against the US last week or earlier. Was it earlier this week? No, it was last week. And or soccer, yeah, sorry, soccer in some part of the world. Oh yeah, for you guys it's soccer, for me it's football. Uh, no, but they're playing this evening in 20 minutes from now against Argentina. So uh, that is why it is getting calmer on the streets. A lot of people are now going inside. You can, just to give you an idea. So over here inside, you see already, people are inside. There's a screen. It is quite busy inside, so people are preparing for the match. Thank you, Lisa. Hup Holland Hup. Yeah. Also over here, by the way, the same. So there's not just one cafe, but everywhere you see the color of orange with the little soccer. Oh, hi. Waiting for the match or not? Yeah. They're all waiting for the match, as you can see. So, and it's now a little. It is now a little cold, of course. But if we have this in summertime, then everyone is wearing, and we can maybe see it inside a little. Normally, everyone is wearing orange clothes. So, oh, we have over here the guy over here. He is having his orange clothes, so it's a little different under the red. Uh, but yeah, this is very interesting. Yeah, so everyone is waiting over here for the soccer match or for the football match because that is the biggest sport in. Okay, almost everyone is waiting, except this lady over here. She doesn't like soccer.
I do like soccer, but I'm not waiting for it.
But you're not waiting for it. So the rest of the city is waiting for it, except. They're waiting. No. It's okay. Thank you. Hey, veel plezier. Hi. So they were hearing that I was saying that everyone is waiting. They're saying, no, we are not waiting. We are not waiting. So, okay, let me go to the other side. Over here, you can see that it's a little hilly because everywhere there are hills in this town. And I said already at the start, if you were there, that there was that the city of Valkenburg is also quite famous because of the cycling, the speed cycling, and even here on the side of the wall, I think you can see it. You see this Dutch flag, and there's also a bicycle hanging, and that is because the most famous Dutch cycling race is going where we're standing right now. It's going up. You have to go up the mountain, and about 1 mile away with 12%, so it's quite steep. There is the finish of the cycling race. So the end is always over here in the city of Valkenburg. But I was going a little too fast because I wanted to show you. Also, here next to the houses, we have one of the other entrances into the old city center. So look how cute it is. By the way, this is a restored building. That's with a lot of these things have been destroyed because of wars in the 17th century, also because of the Second World War, by the way, it's also a lot of damage. But they now completely restored the second city wall. And just to give you an idea, I also found a beautiful or an old map where you can see Valkenburg in 1540. This is Valkenburg in 1540, and we're now standing where we're standing right now is in front of number 3. So where you see number 3, that is the third the third gate. So there were 3 gates to get inside the city from 3 different roads, and this is the third one. Let me go inside. Go inside again a little. And there's even someone, as you can see. This is from a little later, but there is a bronze person protecting the gate. And of course, originally, and what you see again, this can go down. Nowadays, not anymore, but and again, to show how Catholic this city is, we have, of course, some beautiful statue there again. Okay, let's go a little more inside again. Oh, we have over here, by the way, they're showing different people that were protecting the city in different ages. from the Middle Ages to later on. And you can see again the lion, uh, the lion that is famous for Valkenburg with two tails again that he has on his shield. Okay, I'm just going back inside. People are really preparing themselves for the game. Look, there's even a man with orange hair over there. Now going inside. So we're really a little unlucky that it is. Thank you, Brenda. That it is in winter time now, so everyone has black clothes. And here is a cool Santa, because of course it is still Christmas time. And the place over here, by the way, here you can buy all kind of beers, because not only Valkenburg, but also just over the border, Belgium is famous because of all the different types of beers they have. So, and over here you can see all the glasses over there, all the different glasses, tulip glasses, that's how we're calling them. You can buy them over here. For example, the gnome beer is quite famous in the southern part of Belgium. That's called La Chouffe. And Amy is asking, are we going in the castle? No, sadly enough, the castle is not open in nighttime. So only in... hey. It's only open in daytime until 5 p.m. So I cannot take you over there. But look at this. Beautiful. Some window shopping. And I told you already before, the famous nutcrackers. You can see them also over here. This is Christmas shopping in this part of the world. With thank you Lisa, thank you John, and thank you Brenda also. With wonderful Santas. As you can see, yeah, this is one of the reasons to come to these kind of locations. If you cannot find it on the Christmas market itself, at least it is in the windows of the different shops. So let me just show you, and we're now gonna walk. It's not so busy on the street anymore. Let's walk to the third gate. That's a little here at the right. But it's wonderful in Christmas time to see all these colors everywhere. So I talked about several animals: the buck, the falcon, and also the lion. So the city of Valkenburg has these three animals that you can see everywhere. And of course, the falcon is still the most famous one, as you can see over here. The Valkenhof, one of the hotels and also a restaurant. And look at that. I see Santa even. Santa is working over here in this restaurant. I see the real one. Also, this one is a little fit. It's the Dutch Santa. And Donna is asking, I would love to hear a traditional band play and fill the air with music. That is a little hard to find over here, because I told you already. At this moment, it is the soccer match that will start soon. Thank you, Anne Barry and Victor. Victor. So the soccer match is starting. So that means that all the festivities over here are around the soccer. So that is the luck or not from this evening. But I love really all the. Look, here we have Santa again, and in different variations. This red one, and there's at the back over there. There is a white one.
Holland!
You see some more fans of the soccer. You forgot your orange clothes.
I'm not into football.
You're not into soccer, they say in the US. So
yeah, they don't know.
They don't know. Okay. Football. That's also, by the way, one of the things. If you're coming to the Netherlands, if you come over here in Valkenburg or other parts of the country, everyone is speaking English. We're so used to speak several languages, and that is mainly because we are such a tiny country. We're such a tiny country with big neighbors, so everyone in the Netherlands needs to speak several languages. So just to give you an idea, at school, at high school, they're teaching us. They're teaching us four languages. Next to Dutch, they're teaching us French, German, and English. So it is a lot. And Michelle, okay, it's on your bucket list. I love to hear that. I love to hear it. But the interesting thing is that nearby Valkenburg, there are so many other. These are some locals over here. Some locals. They were talking to me before on the Christmas market. So thank you, Jill, and thank you, Pam. No, but the area of Valkenburg nearby, there is really, really a lot to see, and a lot more beautiful because we're also very nearby the beautiful city of Aachen in Germany. That's 20 kilometers away. We're very nearby Maastricht. That's also 20 kilometers away. So there's a lot. There's a lot to see and to do in this area. And the other thing is that the Netherlands itself is a very tiny country. We are a very small country. So I said already before, to Amsterdam from here, it's 2.5 hours. So it's not a lot. We're very nearby. And Brussels or Bruges are also about 2.5 to 3 hours away. So everything is nearby. And then over here we have this Christmas. Yeah, who is this? I don't know. It's just a figure standing for Valkenburg. And you can see again the falcon is on its hand. So where the little kids. It's an elf. Yeah, maybe it's an elf. You're maybe right. Yeah, I don't know. It can be an elf. And then here at the other side we have, what is it? The Joker, I think that's how you're calling it. The other side, a French elf and a Joker, something like that. So, and yeah, this is we've now basically seen the whole city because I've shown you all three gates. This is the third gate. Here a part is missing. Originally there was water over here, a canal to protect, and then the city gate on all three sides. So, but I've shown you now basically the whole medieval part of the city. The only part that I could not show you was the castle. So because that is closed right now, so we could only see that a little illuminated. So let me show you my face again. So I really hope that you enjoyed it this evening. I really enjoyed it, and if there are more questions about Valkenburg, about this area, about whatever you want to know, just feel free to ask because this is the time. I have 5 to 10 more minutes. If there are some things that you really want to know or related to what I've shown you or related to your far, far, far away family that was living over here, just let me know. And of course, uh, you're very welcome. Christine, that's let me see. Thank you, Donna. In the meantime, and yeah, if you're coming to the lands, just let me know, of course. Christine is asking how far from the coast is Valkenburg. If you're going here, the most nearby coast is the coast in Belgium, and that is about 2 hours. 1.5 to 2 hours. Depends a little on the traffic, but in 2 hours you will be, and then you will be from here very nearby Bruges, the beautiful city of Bruges in Belgium. That's the one most nearby. And let me see. And Gwen is asking, would you dissect my maiden name for me? Van Gilder. Gwen, that's Van Gilder. Van Gilder. And Gilder, most probably, what I think about it is that it's based on a gilde. And gilde, and you're hearing the gilde, that is a guild. So that means that he was from one of the guilds. I don't know which one, but that can van Gilder mean. And you're welcome, Leela. Thank you, Anne Barry. And Lisa's asking, are the bike behind you for rent? No, not the ones over here. These ones not, but everywhere in the Netherlands you can rent bikes and scooters and all that kind of mopeds and things. So that wouldn't be a problem because this is a cycling country, of course. So you're welcome, Alison, and thank you, Bernadette, and thank you, Heatherly and Lucy, and Andrew and Tanya. And thank you, Donna. You're very welcome. I hope you all enjoyed it. And Janice, oh, that's a good one. Janice is asking, was Lambert Catholic? Because my ancestors back, at least Abram, were not Catholic. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Yeah, most probably he was Catholic. And why do I say most probably? That is because this area where he came from was Catholic. Everyone was Catholic over here in this area. But the interesting thing is that Lambert, he moved to Amsterdam. He moved to Amsterdam, and in Amsterdam, he was living over there for 2.5 years in total, and he married over there with Antje, and they married in the old church in I think it was 1642 or 1643. I don't know the exact date, but around that time. But the old church in that time was not a Catholic church anymore, but it was a Reformed church. So much probably he changed religion, but it was also after the Reformation. So when he came to Amsterdam, most probably at that time it was not normal anymore to marry for the Catholic Church. So everyone was going to the Reformed Church. And also when he went to the U.S., he was still Reformed. Thank you, Byron and Terry. So, let me see. Oh, there was a longer answer. Of course, this kind of things, it is 400 years ago. So we don't know exactly. But based on this area and what we know or what we can find out, he was born Catholic and later on turned to Reformed Church. So thank you, Terry and Michael. And Michelle's asking, can you pronounce Valkenburg one more time? Yeah, we're saying, okay, I'm just going to say it on the Dutch way. In the Dutch way, it is Valkenburg, Valkenburg, or van Valkenburg. So from Valkenburg, van Valkenburg or Valkenburg. And the people over here are saying it's a little more with a softer G, so that this part of the country. So over here, they're saying Valkenburg, Valkenburg. So a little softer, but about the same. Thank you. And Lucy, your family is welcome. Thank you, Mark. And Jill, I can maybe come back. And I was already saying to Lisa before, maybe I cannot say that, but I was saying to Lisa before, because of course, normally I'm a guide in Amsterdam. That is my hometown. And also in Amsterdam, I know that Lambert, before he moved to New Amsterdam, he lived in Amsterdam for 2.5 years. I know the street where he lived. I can take you to the street in the Jordaan, tell you something about that area. I can take you to the church where he married with Antje, all that kind of thing. I can show you the port where he most probably took a ship all the way to the New World, so all that kind of things. But that is in Amsterdam. So that is, I have to go north for that, but I would love to do that. So and I can also come back. I'm coming more often also in the southern part of the Netherlands. So if that is a wish, I mean, I love to do this. So thank you. And Heatherly, also, if you're coming to Amsterdam, if I'm available, just let me know. You can also, somewhere in the screen, there's a follow button. And if you're clicking on that follow button, you can follow my profile on Hego. Then you can see, because Hego is the platform that we're using for this. Thank you, Michael and Sue and Alison, for following me. And then you can see other tours that I'm doing. And not only other tours, but also you can also see contact details. So because I'm a guide in Amsterdam normally, but also in the rest of the Netherlands, and I have several people working for me. So yeah, thank you for all these people following me. That's great. So I hope to see you again. I will do one other tour over here. Tomorrow I will go to another Dutch city of Leiden. That Leiden, by the way, is the city in the Netherlands where the founding fathers, some of the founding fathers of the US came from over there. made their way first from England to Leiden, and then so that's about what is it, the 20 years, 20 no 30 30 to 40 years before Lambert moved. Um, so I'm going there tomorrow, and but I'm doing tours all over the Netherlands and Belgium, and even sometimes when I'm on holiday. So the coming 6 weeks I'm skipping the winter a little, so I'm going to Southeast Asia, and even there I'm going to do some tours because I love to show places around and to show where I'm also going. So thank you again for joining. If there's a last question, feel free, and otherwise I'm just gonna say goodbye to all of you. Well, I have a beautiful Santa here on the side. Look, a golden Santa. So then I'm gonna say, I don't see questions anymore. So thank you for joining. I hope to see some of you again. Hi. I hope to see some of you again on another tour, maybe about Valkenburg or the Van Valkenburgs, or maybe another topic. So I hope to see you again. Bye bye, and have a good day for most of you. It's now almost quiet, by the way, in the street because everyone is watching the match. So bye bye.